Why hello everybody, welcome back to the channel here. So this here is section 1 called Original. And when I first started collecting this wall here, you'll see the wall in its entirety in just a moment here, but showing you the height of this wall. This is on one of our window sills facing west. It goes all the way up to the very top of the window, and these pops here are all sitting on a window sill. Not recommended to use. You see the windowsill right there. Not recommended to use as a way of displaying pops here, but when you're living in an apartment and you have a balcony door right there, you do what you can. So this pop wall here, which is the original, was about halfway up. It's about up to where my wrestlers are right there before I even saw my channel. Because the very first pops you're about to see here were back in 2018. So to start the original wall, here we go here with the Incredibles, or the Incredibles 2, Mr. Incredible. Incredibles 2 back in 2018, I do believe. Then I move on to Elastigirl, then Violet, then Screen Slaver, then Elastigirl on her Elasticycle. And the only other one I have, the Incredibles here, is Underminer. I need to get Dash, I need to get Jack, and I wanted to get Violet using her force field, and also I want to get Frozone. Then we move on to a lone pop I have from Shazam, right there, and then I go up again to the Royals. And here at the beginning of my Royals here, obviously that's the Queen Elizabeth right there, along with her beloved Corgi, and both these pops are still available. Only the one of her in a pink dress is got increased in value since her passing. So beside the Queen is one of her sons, Prince Charles, and his former wife, Lady Di, in both the Comet and the Chase. That was actually the first Chase I ever purchased, ever. And beside her is one of her sons, Prince William, and then his wife, Kate, and beside her, his brother, Harry. And then, another important pop of Harry was when Harry married Meghan. And thanks for shaving, Harry, for the wedding, on your wedding day. So then I get into movie pops here, which are the Lost Boys. I only have Michael, Sam, and David. I don't have the Frog Brothers, and I also don't have Chase David yet. Then I get into Jumanji with Robert Williams. The only office pop I have, Michael Scott. Then above him, I start getting into my wrestling, which is Mean Gene Okerlund, Naomi, which I don't know why I got her, but I don't really watch Primo Wrestlers anymore. Then I get into Diesel. I get into Hulk Hogan, which is my favorite wrestler of all time, Hulk Hogan. Second favorite is The Undertaker. And notice how I have a very fashionable Lita lighter. The GoFro Maria gave me years ago. It doesn't work, but it's a lighter with Lita's image on there. That's why I've kept it all these years, even though it doesn't work. Then the Canadian Trish Stratus. Then awesome Ronda Rousey. She was a pleasure to watch when she performed. Then Sergeant Slaughter. It was also fun to watch. Then we get into the Bella Twins, which is Brie and Nikki there, with even a mystery mini of Nikki right there. Then I get into, when I move this miniature out of the way, into Jerry the King Lawler. And I even collected some minifigures of them in metal form, which is Triple H. I have more elsewhere. Then I get the Macho Man. Then we get into 2 Stone Cold, which is the pop form and the Sword of Chase. Then for some reason I got the Miz, even though I don't really watch him. Then I got into Ric Flair, which is the EB Games exclusive Diamond Edition Ric Flair. Then I get into his daughter Charlotte. Then above them I have 2 of The Rock. Then Mr. I Pity the Fool, Mr. T. Then another EB Games exclusive, which is Eddie Guerrero. Then Alexa Bliss. Well, actually I do like Alexa Bliss. Even though she plays weird characters, I do like her. Then I get into Captain Marvel pops here. Nick Fury here, played by the awesome actor Samuel L. Jackson. Then Goose the Cat. Very cute cat until he does something with the cube, then really kind of weird. Then Captain Marvel herself. Then I get into my Bond pops. And I'm standing now on a stool there, so don't do that, boys and girls. Hope I'm steady here. So my Bond collection begins with the newer M and the newer Moneypenny. Not the original, but the newer ones. That I believe Pierce Brosnan playing Bond here in GoldenEye. I believe that was Pierce Brosnan. Then Roger Moore playing Bond in Goldfinger. Then 4 of the villains, well actually 3 of the villains. 2 Odd Job, who was a villain. Infamous Jaws, who's a villain. And Blofeld, except Don Pleasance, who was a villain. Then the only female Bond, which is Lorraine. Then the first Bond girl, Honey Rider. Then another Bond villain, Baron von Semity. Then Roger Moore playing Bond in Live and Let Die. Then the creator of the Muppets, the awesome Jim Henson. Then 3 awesome pops from the 70s movie, Jaws. And above them is my Addams Family collection. And I wanted to get the pops that are from the TV show, not the movies. But Lurcher is from the movies, I believe. Then I get into one from the TV show, which is Morticia from the TV show. Gomez. 2 Pugsley. Uncle Fester. And Cousin It. Of course, I'm missing a couple there. And then I have Gandalf the White from Lord of the Rings. Saruman from Lord of the Rings. Gimli. And then more Captain Marvel pops. And this is the very top of section 1. And at the very top, a couple more. Under there, you see the top of the windowsill right there. So this all here is section 1, the original section. So if you have a piece of paper handy, write down section 1, called Original. And the amount of pops in this section is, ready to write down, 78. I'm not going to put that on the screen, but 78 pops in this collection and 2 doubles. What I consider a double, that's a double of Harry and Meghan. And down here, Elastigirl on her cycle there, that's the size of a double, so I consider that a double there too. So a double right there, and a double there, Harry and Meghan, and the rest are pops. So there are 78 pops in this section. So please write that down. You'll need it for later. So 78 pops and 2 doubles in this section. So this is section 1 complete. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for section 2.